Very good evening. So we all know why we have assembled here. We have assembled for a very, very special reason. So I'm asking all of you why we have assembled here. आप बताइए. Definitely, without a purpose, we wouldn't have come together. So there's definite purpose for which we have assembled here. Please type in the chat. Okay, भाषण क्या बात है? मैं भाषण देता हूँ. What? Who is this Abhishek? क्या यार? You call me? You're calling it भाषण? Usually भाषण we tell in a negative sense. बोलते हैं, ए भाषण बंद कर. Okay. Anyways, good. You want me to give bhashan? I'll definitely be giving bhashan, but it will be a very interactive bhashan. There'll be some bhashan. I'll be talking, you also will be talking, so we'll call it some bhashan when we together count. Okay, but your bhashan, we find it interesting. Thank you, Abhishek. Okay, so we are going to celebrate Independence Day. कैसे? Flag hoisting के साथ. Okay, anyway, that's good. Sounds interesting. Quiz. I've not made any questions. I've not made any teams. Okay, no problem. Okay, we'll first start with prayers. Okay, I've seen all your responses. There are 76 of you online and many more expected. Let us hope we hit century today. We'll try. Okay, the number is counting. We'll start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्रीचैतन्यम् ईश्वरं परमानन्दमाधवम्. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming here. I had a question for all of you. एक प्रश्न था, पूछूं? Okay. I need one person. I don't know the real significance of independence. Okay. Well, I was having a talk with our Chiranjeevi Prabhu. Okay, our dear friend Chiranjeevi. Show hi. Everyone will see you. I was asking Chiranjeevi, well, if I was calling him to Pune, he said, well, I am staying in Anantapur. And you're staying in Anantapur. Well, please unmute. I want to ask you, how much time will it take if you were to come to Pune from Anantapur?
16 hours, bro.
16 hours. Okay. But you have to go from Pune to Anantapur. How much time it will take?
16 hours, bro.
Pakka? Is a difficult question? Arey, obviously 16 hours. Okay. So Pune to Anantapur, 16 hours. Anantapur to Pune, 16 hours. Very nice. So if you were to walk for a distance, like you're sitting right now, or Chiranjeevi ji is sitting in one seat. If you were to walk back to your door, how much steps there does it take to walk towards your door?
6 to 7 steps, bro.
6 to 7 steps. He has counted. See, count bhi kar liya. Kya baat hai? And if you want to go from door to chair, then
6 to 7 steps.
kya baat hai? Same. Pakka. Okay. How many days are there between Monday to Friday?
4 days, bro.
Kya baat hai? Okay, 4 days. And how many days between Friday to Monday? Nah, not 4 days. It's 2 days.
2 days.
So weekends passes really fast. But still, all of you are present in this wonderful weekend of Saturday, which happens to be Independence Day. So welcome you all for this Independence Day special. So how we are going to go about this lecture is, first of all, I'm going to be asking you a question. So I'll start with my question, then I'll tell you how I wish to take this discussion ahead. So first, do you really love your country? We had already discussed, my dear friends, in the last session that the name of our country is not India, it is Bharat. And we also discussed the meaning of Bharat, correct? Bharata, Bha means light, Rata means to distribute. So that country or the people of that country who distribute spiritual enlightenment to the whole world, that country is called Bharat. We had discussed this last week. Yes. So if you love Bharat, you write I love Bharat in the chat. Let me see. Okay. Good. Very nice. Thank you all very much. By the way, congratulations for the century. There's a problem with century also. बताओ friends. Century हम लोगों ने मार दी. Problem is अब की बार और कोई नहीं आ सकता. तो 2 लोग चले गए, 3 लोग चले गए. This will keep happening. So we'll fluctuate, but let's see. We hit a century finally. So you love Bharat. Thank you. This feels like a podcast. क्या बात कर रहे हो? I'll pin my video. रुको. The person is not able to see my audio, it seems. Then it looks like a podcast. Okay, I'll pin the video. And okay, I've also spotlighted myself. Now it will not be a podcast. It will be a proper YouTube video. You're watching a YouTube live, something like that. Now you have to give me one reason, one good reason why you love your country. एक अच्छा reason बताइए. अभी ये मत बताओ कि because I was born in this country. Don't say that. Okay? Because there was a person asked, which is the best college in whole of India? He said KIT. I said, what is KIT? He said Kolhapur Institute of Technology. Why Kolhapur Institute of Technology? Because I was born in Kolhapur. मेरा जगह इसलिए. Okay. So there are many answers. We are getting 100 answers. I will not be able to read all answers. मैं आपको पहले ही बता रहा हूँ. I'm just human. I can't read all. So majority of them are writing culture. Very nice. There is unity in diversity. You like the culture of your country. Very nice. And there are different festivals in the country. Very nice. Freedom to do anything. Wow, amazing. Land of Vedas. You're free to live. Diversity. Most of you are writing like that. Because it's the best country and it's a glorious culture and the history of all gods. Very good. Spirituality. Okay. Ramayana. Yes, this is the place where Ramayana and Mahabharata all took place. Very good. Because there's nothing called hatred in this word. The food. Kya baat hai? Food. The vegetation. Very nice. Bonding between people. Good. Languages. Different languages. All right. Rivers, dhams, temples. Very nice. Very nice. So they're very good answers. Bhagwan ka sthan. Shrutika. Amazing. Yash. Vasudevaika kutumbakam. We are one family. That's good. That's good. मेरा देश सब देश का फादर है. क्या बात है. भारत सबका बाप है. He's saying it that way. Good. Anuj, सनातन धर्म, cause it's all about the way of life. क्या बात है. मेरा ही नाम लेके आपने आंसर दे दिया. This answer will get the best answer award. कोविड के बाद मिलना. I'll definitely give you something. Thank you. Because it feels like heaven. कहीं जन्नत है तो यहाँ है, यहाँ है, यहाँ है. Very nice. So I'm going to be telling you some more facts about the glory of India. You can't call it a PPT show. I tried to download the PPT. मिला नहीं मेरे को. Some glorious person has done it. He's already done the homework. So मुझे वो बताने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी. So I'll just show it to all of you. Google पे आराम से मिल जाएगा आपको. That's one thing. And secondly, we will also find out the real meaning of independence. And thirdly, I'm going to talk about a very glorious Indian and what he did. An amazing Indian man, an old Indian man, what he did. So these will be the phase of our discussion. So pehli baat to, the first thing, let's discuss about Mera Bharat Mahan. So why? Why Mera Bharat Mahan? Can you all see the screen? Should I make it bigger? Okay. दिखाई दे रहा है? Good, good. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. See, this is Bharat. Variety. A land of variety, a land of variegated vegetation, languages, culture. Yes, it's called a subcontinent in itself, and varieties of structure. So this is our Bharat, and all of them staying together as one country. This is difficult. This is very, very difficult. But we are still having unity in diversity. Many of your point, you covered that. So at least recorded wise 5,000-year-old civilization. Why 5,000? Why sirf 5,000 Prabhuji? Uske pehle ke bandar the kya? No, it's not like that. Why it's 5,000? Because 5,000 years back the Vedas were written. Uske pehle Veda nahi the, ne Vedas the, soft copy mein the. The Vedas before that were in soft copy format. Hard copy mein they came 5,000 years back when Veda Vyas wrote them. So before that the Vedas existed where? Soft copy. Kahan pe thi soft copy? In the minds of people. Because before Kali Yuga, 5,000 years back, Kali Yuga started. Before Kali Yuga, everybody had very sharp minds. They had a perfect memory. Yes, sir, we also have perfect memory, sir. Yes, I remember all the scores of all cricketers. पहले मैच से लेके अब तक जो भी स्कोर बना है सब पता है. इंडिया ने जो कौन सी मैच जीते है पता है. I can tell you the World Cup 2019 scorecard table as it is. Our minds work very nicely, except during exam. एग्जाम को छोड़ के बाकी सब टाइम हमारा माइंड तो फर्स्ट क्लास चलता है सर. It works very nicely. Yeah, but Vedic time it was not like that. Vedic times everybody's minds worked at all times. So Guru used to recite once, and then everybody else would repeat it 3 times, and that's committed to permanent memory. But in the age of Kali Yuga, the memory started deteriorating. As a result, kya zarurat padi, what was needed? It was written text. That is why it is 5,000, but as such, there is unlimited. We cannot talk about it. So yes, Shubham, you're right. Treta Yuga was there, Satyug was there. वो तो बहुत साल चला. You're perfectly right. There are 325 languages spoken and 1,652 dialects. Language dialect, you know what is the difference? Dialects means there is Bhojpuri, Magadhi, Marwari. They are all dialects. They're different dialects which are spoken. And 325 official languages. 325 languages and 18 official languages. 29 states, 5 union territories. And this is the 7th largest country. Am I right? India. Wonderful coastline. And this is our population in 2000. This is a very old PPT. But now it's much more. 120 crore ki abadi we say. 120 crores. Yes. With the world's largest democracy since 55 years, fourth largest economic, the fastest growing IT superpower, Indian Railways, the biggest employer in the whole world, etc. Now let's look at some historical facts. Let's come now. So this word Hinduism as such, it was coined by, I told you this, how it was coined. If you read any of the scriptures, you will never find something called Hinduism. You will not find. So what is the principle? The principle was the people who stayed across the river Sindhu, they were called as Hindu. Those who were staying across the river Hindu, they were called as Indu, because the Arabs could not pronounce Sa. And later on, the Britishers made it Indus, and the country's name got to be India. So that's how Sindhu, Hindu, and then Indus became India. That's how the nomenclature is. But as such, the dharma or the religion which was practiced by the people who stayed in this tract of land called Aryavarta was Sanatana Dharma. And the very meaning of Sanatana Dharma is it is eternal. It is without any date. There is no date to it. You cannot say when Dharma started. Yes. So that is something which is found in India. So this is the place where Sanatan Dharma originates. Not only this, all other religions also. एक मिनट आप लोग जो है, you're all very nicely, I will disable your annotation because you're all started scribbling. There are some LKG students who have joined here, so I've stopped your scribbling. अभी करके देखो, नहीं होगा. Try it. So Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Judaism, Zoroastrianism, Christianity, and Islam all exist within this country. And the oldest religion being Sanatan Dharma. That's the oldest religion. That originates in India. You see, this is a place where there is God. G-O-D ka matlab generator, operator, destroyer. The Trinity, which exists in this place. The first ever written Indian epic is the Ramayana. This is the oldest and the most 24,000 verses written by Valmiki. This is the first ever epic. And the longest poetry is Mahabharata. Longest poetry is Mahabharata. And also, my dear friends, the book that is translated in the maximum languages is Bhagavad Gita. It's translated in almost every language across the world. And also Bhagavad Gita is the book which has been commented maximum times. And this was spoken in Kurukshetra, India. The pastimes of Ramayana happened in India. The world's biggest university according to them is Takshashila, but there were many other universities also before. But the concept of university, Maha Vishwavidyalaya, that was also from India. We originate the science of knowledge. You know what is Ayurveda? Many people say, kya hai Ayurveda? We have tablet technology. You just put in the tablet, gulp in some water. But Ayurveda means Veda is science or knowledge, and Ayur means life. So that science which will allow you to increase your life, that is called Ayurveda. The science that makes you increase your life. And even today, there are many Ayurvedic doctors who practice, and many a times they just charge for the medicine. They actually don't charge treatment. Because previously in India, 5 things were given free of cost. Education was given free of cost. Justice, Nyayalaya, go to justice, that was given free of cost. Then food was given free of cost. Now even Bisleri bottle, we still are having debate whether it's 15 rupees or 20 rupees. Rail near 15 and 20, even that is charged. Water is charged, but that was free of cost. Then there was also what all I told: education, there's food, there's justice, then medicine, that was also given free of cost. Medical, any kind of medical aid, and astrological guidance that was given free of cost. Sir, Guru Dakshina bhi leti thi, but Guru Dakshina is a voluntary choice. Guru Dakshina is not term fees. Term fees नहीं होता वो disciple out of gratitude. अरे गुरुदेव आपने इतना ज्ञान दिया है मुझे. I'll do some, give you something back. I'll apply the education and give something back to you. That was a voluntary choice. है ना? Okay. Going ahead. Then this is a place where Sanskrit is being spoken. Sanskrit is called Deva Bhasha. And recently they have discovered that if the language for the computer software was Sanskrit, it will be much easier to do programming. Nowadays we find that software engineers, they are spending so much of time. Some of them, I know, even they work for 15, 16 hours. It is very tough. But if you program with Sanskrit, they say, मैंने research नहीं किया, I only know that C++. These are the only 2 languages that I have learned. I'm a mechanical engineer. Oh, now so many languages have come out. Python. The only Python I know is Aghasur, Krishna Leela. That Python only I know. There are Python and Java, J2E, so many languages. But if all these programming languages were to be programmed in Sanskrit, it will be much easier. And Sanskrit is a Dev Bhasha which has been spoken. Yes. Yoga or meditation. Now this yoga or meditation has been, see, Krishna says to Arjuna, Yoga Prokta Puratanaha. So since dawn of the creation, this process of yoga is coming up. But nowadays, people, they're gaining popularity. It is gaining popularity in America where people want to become yoginis. But this yoga is also originating from India. So yoga comes from this place, our country. And now many people want to do Patanjali Yoga Sutra. He's the person. Patanjali is the person who documented 5,000 years back the system of Yoga Sutras, which people are still today pursuing, and they're getting tremendous benefit. Let's see something more. Yes, the origin of martial arts. Usually martial arts means people imagine what? People imagine Kung Fu, Bruce Lee. They make such kind of sounds, you know, Kung Fu, Bruce Lee, or what is the Ip Man? The movies coming on Ip Man. Ip Man is Wing Chun stylist, the famous martial artist of Hong Kong. But no, actually martial arts originated from where, you know? Parshuram, he was the person who actually started teaching martial arts. But from where did he learn martial arts? Parshuram ji learned martial arts from his guru Shiva, Rudra. Yes, the god of destruction. So he taught the martial arts, and that is called as Kalaripayat. Kalaripayat. This is the actual pronunciation in Malayalam. This is a Malayalam word, Kalaripayat. In when North Indians pronounce it, they were Kalaripayattu. They say it. It's Kalaripayat. So Kalaripayat was taught there, and then the knowledge kept going on. And the 6th century AD, Bodhidharman, a person, he went to China and taught the science of martial arts to the Shaolin monks. You've seen the Shaolin monks also keep shikha like us. They also keep shikha because they know that if you keep this shikha, this portion, the vital nerves of the brain, they're preserved. And that's very conducive for education and thinking ability. It becomes really sharp. That's why in Vedic life they used to keep shikha. The Shaolin monks also keep the shikha. That's what Bodhidharma taught them. Yeah. Going ahead. Okay. The person who started this zero, invented the zero. He introduced I wouldn't say invented, I would call it introduced the concept of zero. If there were no zero, there wouldn't be mathematics, because a place value system, you all have studied in your elementary classes about the place value system. This was something which was given by India. Yes. Gandhi, so famous, Vivekananda. I'm also going to speak about one famous person to all of you. All Mother Teresa, of course, is from Yugoslavia, but she more or less stayed in India. Now let's look at the art. Now, art and culture are very deeply connected, and this is also getting very, very famous. The different dance forms. There are 45 folk dances. And what is the purpose of dance? You know, what is dancing? Let me ask. Why people dance? Do you know? Not for fun, not for entertainment. It was forms of devotion. Correct. Who's written that? Yes. Actually, people were the dance forms were to glorify different leelas. So with the expression, they would go, Krishna stealing butter leela, like this. That was the dancing, and Mother Yashoda trying to come behind Krishna. They give that expressions, and they do it. So the purpose of all the dancing was to convey the different pastimes, especially of Lord Krishna, or the different other incarnations of Lord Krishna. So that was the origin of dancing. So every dance is actually meant to glorify Krishna. But what about music? That is also actually meant for glorifying Krishna. Whenever we take initiation in the process of music, the first thing that our gurus in the music, ustads, they tell us to take promise that you will not use your musical skills for anything except to glorify Narayana. It still exists. Many of them teach you music. They agree to teach you music only when you agree to not use your knowledge for any other purpose than to glorify the Lord. Otherwise, don't learn music. They take this promise in the beginning, right? So even arts, the different forms of arts are actually meant for glorifying Lord. So we have 45 such folk dances, 7 classical dance forms: Bharatnatyam, Kathak, Kathakali, Kuchipudi, Manipuri, Mohiniyattam, Odissi. There are more than 15 vocal forms and more than 60 musical instruments, all of them different. Many of us may not even know the names of instruments. And Srimad Bhagavatam, whenever there's a festival, gives name of many more instruments, which today also there is no translation. It's not very easy to translate. Such is the richness. God's own country celebrates more than 65 festivals. More than that, much more. This is just, this PPT I didn't make. I just was surfing on the net. I got something good, so I'm sharing with all of you because I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. Actually, there are many more festivals. We have a Vaishnav calendar. We celebrate a Vaishnav calendar. I'll just tell you. Each festival is meant to show how great is God. That is the purpose of festival. And to be absorbed in the service of God. That is the purpose of festival. Yes. Recently we had Sri Krishna Janmashtami. We had the Nandotsav. We're going to have Ganpati Puja. Like this, there are many, many festivals across India. 65 known festivals they have, जिसके लिए छुट्टी मिलता है, इसलिए 65 लिखा है. लेकिन और भी ऐसे फेस्टिवल है जिनके नाम हमको पता भी नहीं होंगे. We may not even know the names, but there are festivals. In fact, I used to, as a college student of NIT Trichy, I used to visit the Sri Rangam temple. And the Sri Rangam pujaris, they're very, very friendly. You go talk to them, you inquire what is the festival, they'll tell you. And out of 365 days, 335 days there are festivals. 335 out of 365. In our Vaishnav calendar, every day morning when we announce the schedule, practically every other day is some or the other festival. So festival is an amazing means to glorify God again. And you see that how India is such a God conscious country. And because India is a God conscious country, it is one of the prosperous countries. People are happy. They may not be having luxuries, but they have deep inner fulfillment and content. Going ahead. दिखाई दे रहा है आप सबको? You're all able to see? Okay, fine. Yes, the first place of historical, I just wanted to see what is the world's richest temple is Tirumala, Tirupati. Because Lord Srinivas for his marriage had taken loan. God takes loan from his devotee Kuber. He had taken loan. Kuber को जाके बोला भाई मेरे को शादी करनी है. And Padmavati, my would-be wife, she is the daughter of a great king. And as a राजा की बेटी को शादी करना है तो I cannot be कंकालपति. I need something. And Kuvera says, well, good. You can take as much as you want. And Lord says in Kali Yuga, all my devotees will come and they will chukti kar denge. They will give you a loan with interest. Sab kuch. The world's richest temple is Tirupati. In fact, in Ananta Padmanabha temple in Tiruvananthapuram, there are many, many underground treasuries. There are many, many underground treasuries, and all those treasuries are huge gold, all meant for God. And there are different snakes guarding it, very poisonous. There are some cobras who are guarding that gold. Cobra means they just do like that. They just spit out the saliva, you will die. They are so poisonous. Just by the smell of that poison, you can die. Cobra, king cobra, they all guard. So the temples are very rich. So that actually is the richness. And the entire wealth, because Krishna is Lakshmipati, the wealth is meant to serve Krishna. And even if you see Indians, we are so accommodative. We accommodate all religion. Everybody has freedom for religion. So even if you see the Saint Thomas Cathedral is there in Chennai, Golden Temple Amritsar for Sikhs, Jama Masjid, mosque in India. So everybody is encouraged. There's some entertainment stuff, I not. So let's read some statements. Parshuram Prabhu, are you there? Okay. No Parshuram Prabhu?
Hare Krishna.
Fine. Okay, please read Mark Twain's statement.
Yes, please. India is the cradle of the human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great grandmother of tradition. are most valuable and most instructive materials in the history of man are treasured up in India only.
Yes. Albert Einstein?
We owe a lot to the Indians who taught us how to count, without which no worthwhile scientific discovery could have been made.
Hmm. Hare Krishna. So there's a PPT made by some person. I'd like to thank him for very nicely putting all the glories. But each glory of India actually points towards God. Everything. In fact, Ramanujan, you heard of him? A very famous mathematician. Yes, a very, very famous mathematician. So much, so famous that today, if you're able to understand his one equation, you directly get a PhD. He has written so many equations here and there, and nobody could make out. He was solving mathematics on some papers. He actually used to write mathematical equation on slate. You've seen slates? As small children, we used to get slate and chalk. Then one of his friends said, "Why are you writing on slate and rubbing it? I'll give you a notebook. You write on this notebook." And afterwards, he was just writing notebook, doing like that. And finally, one of the friend took. He thought this is a raddi paper. He took it to one of the professors. This professor saw this and he said, "Who did this? He's a genius. Who is this person?" He said, "That boy Ramanujan. He keeps scribbling something on his notebooks." He said, "No, he's a genius man." He sent the paper abroad to London. At that time, this is pre-independence time. And as soon as the professors in London, they saw that, they said they immediately arranged for him. They were willing to arrange an airship, no aeroplane that time, airship. They were willing to arrange a complete journey, full fellowship, sponsorship. You come and stay with us. You are a genius. You're supposed to be with us. Please come. And he said that is absolutely no equation that makes sense to me without God. There's no mathematical equation that makes any sense to me without God. So every equation that he wrote was actually a brilliant offering to God. So like this, the country of India has always been a very God conscious country. That has been the real factor which has been holding everybody together. Where's the God consciousness? Because there's a statement, I would like all of you to see it. I will write it on the board for all of you. It says, what is it? No God, no peace. No God and no peace. Okay. So now let me ask another question. What is independence? Now, this is a question which we really want to know. What is independence? According to all of you, I'd like to see. You say India is an independent country, freedom, azadi, वो सब translation हो गया. Free to work, okay. Free to work, मतलब काम करने का freedom. Is that independence? What else? Free azadi. नहीं sir, आप ही बताओ. Free from four problems of life. अरे, you type for everyone. Type to all. To think and express our thoughts, Anuj. Free from anxiety and fear. Okay, okay, fine. Rights, Swapnil. Free from British. Atmanirbhar, Shivam. Free to serve God, Abhishek. उसको पता है मैं कोई आंसर देने वाला हूँ. What answer I am going to give. So he's writing. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your answers. One day, my Shiksha Guru, His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu, was taking a walk on a beach. He had gone to a program and he was just taking a walk on the beach. At that point of time, there were some people who came there. They were celebrating Independence Day. It was 15th of August. So they came there and they asked, "Sir, you seem to be a spiritual person in saffron dress. Um, are you connected to some mission?" And he said, "Yes, I am connected to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON movement." He said, "Very good. Sir, we would like you to be the chief guest of the event. Said, okay, when is the event? Said, event, as soon as you reach there, we are coming to take you. You reach there, you are the chief guest, and as soon as you reach there, there will be a small ceremony, maybe 1 minute, and after that you have to give a speech. Said, acha, speech. It became kind of extempore. मतलब पहुंचते ही speech देना है, भाषण. That's what one of you said, भाषण. So he had to go. So he walked, he was thinking what to speak. Then he decided, let me see what is the ceremony. And after I observe the ceremony, accordingly I will speak. So in the ceremony, what had happened, as soon as he went there to that particular function, he went to the function and he saw that they were very nicely covered velvet clothing over some kind of box kind of structure. And everybody was waiting. Ooh, there was a huge commotion. There were children, there were grown-ups, there were youths, there were bachelors, like just like all of you, 94 of you, just like aap log hai, sab log, all of you are here in this particular session. Similarly, there were many of them there, and everybody was waiting. Oh, velvet cloth ke niche hoga kya? What is there beneath that velvet cloth? So finally, the person who was their organizer, he opened that velvet cloth and there was a cage. There were many cages. And you know who was there inside the cage? Many, many birds were there inside the cage. Many birds. Then he called my Shiksha Guru, His Grace Radhesham Prabhu, and told him, now what you do? No, no, lion nahi. Lion nahi, birds, Baba, birds. Not lion, birds. Okay? So you can wear earphones, you can hear better. Okay? So there were birds inside the cage. So they told my Shiksha Guru, please open the cage. And as soon as he opened one cage, second cage, third cage, what happened? What do you think would have happened? बताइए, क्या हुआ रहेगा? Yes, Mataji got it right. Shefali Mataji. Yes, Hriday, the birds all flew away. All the birds, they all flew away. सब चले गए. And as soon as the birds flew away, what did the audience do? Yes, what did the audience do? The audience, everybody started. Atharva, you're right. Pawan, you're right. They started clapping. Chak, 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 chak. Tali bajaiye sab log. Bajaiye, bajaiye. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I thought you were clapping for me. Well, okay, just joking. So they all started clapping. And after hearing their claps, Prabhuji got an idea what to speak. So then, as soon as the clap was over, clapping section, they told Swamiji is here. He will be the chief guest. He's going to speak something very exciting and interesting to all of you. Then Radhesham took the mic. He took the mic and he asked the first question. Why did you all clap your hands? Now you don't tell me because Sanatan Dharmadas told to clap hands. No. And now I want you all to visualize and imagine that you are all in that audience and in front of you the birds were, the cage was opened, the birds flew away. Why did they all clap hands? Yes. Nobody wants to be caged. The birds gained independence. Correct. The birds got independence. They got free. And the birds all flew away. So because the birds got independence, the birds got freedom. That is why everybody started clapping hands. Very correct. They all became free. So then, my dear friends, we have to understand that we are also in a cage. Each and every one of us are in a cage. Sach mein? I don't find one. Are we in cage? Abhishek doesn't agree with me at all. Abhishek Chaubey ji, ठीक है, ये आपका opinion है, मैं तो बोलने वाला हूँ. Saransh says Earth is the cage. Okay, Hriday has got it. The cage of the body in which the soul is. Thank you, Hriday. Thank you so much. You got the right answer. We all are in the cage of this body, which is made of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So what is real independence? अभी आपको मैं थोड़ा hint दे दिया हूँ. What is then real independence? Death, Mrutul. सही है, लेकिन डेथ के बाद तो फिर से एक बॉडी भी मिलती है क्या? आप लोग सब डेथ और अभिषेक से मोक्ष. Okay, reach Krishna. Very nice. Good answers. Going back to Godhead. Very nice. Mukti. You're all giving different names. Good, good, good. So we all have to understand that the real freedom happens when the soul leaves this body and goes to the abode of God. We all must be reciting this because many of you go to school. Many of them, I guess almost 80% of you are from Chaitanya Tutorials Narayana Academy who are coming of the program. And then we have others also who are a part of this. Yes. So death is not the real freedom. Why? Because one of them have written, because punarapi janamam punarapi maranam. If you die, you will be born again. That's what happens. That is called janma mrityu chakkar. Till what time you will be? It's death is like you're taken from one jail cell and put in another jail. From another jail to another jail. बस ऐसा jail change होता है आपका और कुछ नहीं. So the real freedom is what the Shastras say. Asatoma. Right. Complete. Fill in the blanks. Asatoma. Sadgamaya. Sargamaya nahi. Sadgamaya. Correct. Sefali Mataji got it right. Jaideep. Correct. Pavan. Dheeraj. Yes. Sadgamaya. So Asat. This world is called Asat. Means temporary. And Sat means permanent. So going to that world of God, which is permanent. Asatoma. Sadgamaya. Now next. Tamasoma. Fill in the blank. Jyotirgamaya. Very good. Before even I could say the shloka, many of them wrote it. So Jyotirgamaya. So this world is world of darkness. See, now we all need tube lights. We need lamps and bulbs and candles. But that world is full of light. The real darkness means ignorance, agyanata. On the other hand, that world is a world of enlightenment. It's a world of knowledge. And last one, Mrityoma Amritangamaya. Very good. Mrityoma, which means in this world, you die, but you're born again. And you born again, you die. You die again. You die again, you're born again. You born again, you die again. Again and again it happens. So Amritangamaya, that means that is the world where there is no birth, no disease, no old age, no death. So when a soul reaches that particular place, that is the time the soul is independent. Because we actually are souls who are part and parcel of God, staying eternally in the kingdom of God. We are coming from, that is our home, eternal home. That is why Shastra says, back home, back to Godhead. They say that we go back home, back to Godhead. And that is where we render service to God. So that is the goal of life. That is the real freedom experienced. Okay. So now I like to, since it's a discussion about India, Indian independence, Indian freedom, what again a glory of India, which is done by one person. I would like to tell you a story of a person. I'll keep asking you, who do you think I'm going to talk about according to you? I'm going to talk about an Indian man. Mahatma Gandhi, Bhagat Singh, okay, Bhishma, Mahatma Gandhi, Ram, thank you. I'm going to talk about somebody who did a magic in his old age. Now, अभी बताइए. Old age. Okay, CV Kariyappa. I don't want SLV boys to answer. PM Modi, that's a good, wild guess, but no. I'll tell you a story about Abdul Kalam ji. Yes, all of them, the names that you're mentioning definitely are very glorious and they have done wonderful thing. But in short, in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be telling you a story about the person. His name was Abhay. He was a boy born in Calcutta in the year 1896. Abhay was a person who was a classmate of Subhash Chandra Bose. He was a classmate of Subhash Chandra Bose in the Presidency College, Calcutta. And Abhay was, I'll tell you who's Abhay, you'll understand. Don't worry. Abhay was a Gandhian. He was a Gandhi. He used to wear khadi and he was a fighter of Indian independence. Yes, he was a thorough Gandhian. So Abhay's one of his friend Narendra was a person who told him that Abhay, nearby in the Ulta Danga Junction, Calcutta, there is a very, very great saintly person who has come. He is wearing saffron, he's a sadhu, and this is way back in 1922, and he's speaking English. Sadhu speaking English in 1922. Even today, when I go to some place and I start speaking English, people are shocked. Hey, आप तो साधु महात्मा है, आपको तो हिंदी बोलना चाहिए, आपको संस्कृत बोलना चाहिए, आप इंग्लिश कैसे बोल सकते हैं? Come on. So people ask, in those days, 1922, people talk, sadhus talking English. That was unheard of. So he said, there is a sadhu and that sadhu is talking English also. And it's just like I'm seeing somebody saying, wow, Akash Singh saying, wow, modern day sadhu. Okay, wow. So this sadhu, Abhay said, I have seen so many sadhus in my life. बहुत लोगों को देखा है. That friend said, no, 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 this one is different. ये बिल्कुल अलग साधु है. ये ऐसा वैसा साधु नहीं है. I said, fine. So Abhay and his friend Naren, they both went to that place. As soon as they went, sadhu के सामने जाएंगे तो क्या करते हैं? नमस्कार करते हैं. So they offered obeisances and got up. So as soon as Abhay got up, that sadhu, his name was Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, he said, you are a young, educated Indian boy. Why don't you preach the message of Bhagavad Gita in the English language in the Western countries? And Abhay was shocked. Sir, आप मेरे से बात कर रहे हैं? By any chance you're talking to me? Said, yes, I'm talking to you. He said, come on, who will listen to Bhagavad Gita? Currently, the India needs freedom from British. This is 1922, before 1947. You need freedom from British. Without that, who will hear the message of Bhagavad Gita? Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said, yesterday we were dependent on Mughals. Today you are dependent on British. Tomorrow you will be dependent on someone else. Yes, but the message of Krishna consciousness is much beyond independence, because it has got to do with the independence of the soul, just like all of you wrote in the answer. So the message of Bhagavad Gita teaches how the soul can be independent from Maya, the material force. Yes. So the situation in this world can keep changing. It will keep changing. Today there is coronavirus. We never know. Tomorrow there may be some other virus. I don't want to scare you all, but there are some astrological calculations which is saying कि जनवरी में एक और वायरस आएगा और ये ऐसा वायरस होगा जो सबको हिला देगा, and all people are saying that's something of that sort. मोरोना वायरस, क्या बात है अथर्व? गुड वन, गुड जोक. कोरोना वायरस मतलब कोरोना, उसके बाद मरो ना. मोरोना वायरस. Okay, good joke. So the Morona virus, that may come, we don't know. The Indians will give it a name. So we don't know, the situations will keep changing, but one thing is in our hands. What is that? There is one thing which is there in our hands, that is our choice. And our choices decide our future. And how to make the right choice? If you want to make the right choice in life, we need the right guidance. And what gives the right guidance? The right guidance is given by the right scriptures, like Bhagavad Gita. So the world today needs right guidance, needs great hope. Arjuna, in the time of despair, what was the hope for Arjuna? Bhagavad Gita. So like that, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur convinced him that Bhagavad Gita is a message which is supposed to be preached. Abhay was already a married man. He had family responsibilities. He had a pharmaceutical business. So he had to wait for retirement. But even while before retirement, he was trying his level best to collect 40 people. He had a plan that I will make a team of 40 Indian youth or 40 Indian people. And together we will go to West and we will preach Bhagavad Gita. Yes, we'll start and go and speak Bhagavad Gita there. At that point of time, Abhay tried for 44 years. It was in 1922, 1965. He tried for so long, he could not get a single person. Because at that point of time, India was madly imitating the West. So although Angrez India chhod ke chale gaye the, the Britishers had left India and gone. But still, India was badly depending on the West. They were trying to imitate the West, idealizing the West. Anything that is West is best, anything that is not West is waste. That was the slogan. So nobody wanted to accept Bhagavad Gita. So Abhay decided that I will go to West and I will preach Bhagavad Gita there. I will make the Westerners to practice Bhagavad Gita, and then I will bring back the Westerners to India, and they will speak about Bhagavad Gita. They will show what is Bhagavad Gita, and then the whole of India will take up Bhagavad Gita. And that Abhay became A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Prabhupada, at the age of 70, he went from India. He did not have money to buy a flight ticket. He went in a cargo ship. You know what's a cargo ship? Cargo ship is meant for carrying goods. Cargo ship is meant for carrying luggage. It's meant for carrying all varieties of other stuff. He suffered 2 heart attacks there. Prabhupada suffered 2 heart attacks. You know, one heart attack is so painful. You all cannot imagine what's a heart attack. Very painful. Very painful. And he suffered 2. One more heart attack, he could have died. He had seasickness, which means every 1-2 hours he was vomiting. He was not even able to eat anything. In his bag, there were some cereals, some rice, the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. That's all he was carrying in a trunk. And one pair of dhoti kurta. That's how he went to the West. Yes, I will show you Abhay's photo. And when he reached the Boston Harbor, he did not know whether to go left or right. And he had 40 rupees in his pocket, only 40 rupees. He somehow or the other survived the Atlantic Ocean's waves, which was very tough. And after reaching there, he left India. Why did he leave India at such an old age? He had a very comfortable future. He left India. He went to the West to satisfy his guru, to please his guru, because his guru had instructed him. Only rupees 40. Even today, nobody will go with 40. The only reason he went to the West was to carry out the instruction of his guru, which he got 44 years back, to go and preach the Krishna consciousness message, to preach the message of Gita. He did not know to go left or right. And such a person, with having complete faith in Krishna, having complete faith in the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He knew that it was so busy. He went to Tompkins Square Park, a place in New York. He went there, sat, he had kartals. So he started playing his kartals. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So like that, he just went and played. And he made it to the newspaper next day. There were so many of them who surrounded him. Everybody wanted to come and ask, what exactly is your message? We want to learn. And thus, through the chanting, pure chanting, and through giving prasadam, he developed a group of serious people who were wanting to learn the message of Bhagavad Gita. So they learned the message of Bhagavad Gita, and within 11 years, Srila Prabhupada, he made more than 10,000 disciples across the whole world. 10,000 followers, 5,000 disciples and 5,000 followers in 11 years. He established more than 108 temples of Lord Krishna across the world. More than 5-6 temple farm communities across the world, sustainable life. Wrote more than 80 books, which are now translated in all languages. And Srila Prabhupada's books of Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, they are standard religious textbooks in almost many of the Western countries and top Ivy League universities. Today, even in IITs and NITs, you have Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavatams, which are considered standard books for religious studies. And Srila Prabhupada circled the globe at the age of 70. For the next 11 years, he circled the globe 14 times. 14 times across the whole world. He circulated, made disciple, preached, and in not even a single continent. There's no single continent where he has not been there. Australia, Asia, America, Europe, Africa, everywhere he established Krishna conscious centers. And today the centers keep growing. They are still growing. So what a person could do in 11 years. While leaving, Srila Prabhupada said one thing. He said that if one Indian old man can do this much, how much you youthful people can do? How much the youth of India can do is if one old Indian man can do so much, so that those who are eating cow flesh, they don't even eat onion garlic today. आज प्याज लहसुन भी नहीं खाते. Those who are addicted to drinking wine and liquor, they don't even drink tea and coffee. सिर्फ दूध पीते हैं. Those of them who are dressing very scantily, the men started wearing dhoti, kurta, applying tilak. The women wearing sari and applying tilak, and starting to follow our Vedic culture. The influence of one man. So one old Indian man can do so much. How much can all of the youth of India do? How much more can we do? So he is a person who's a true Indian, because India means Bharat, and he's the one who made Bharat famous. He's the one who enlightened the whole world with the knowledge of Krishna consciousness, message of Bhagavad Gita. And that is actually being the real Bharatiya. So Kiran Padiyar Prabhu will show all of you the photo of Srila Prabhupada. I will give him the pin video and spotlight. So he is His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Padiyar Prabhu. It was similar. Sir, I heard a different story. It was similar, but some other points. Thank you. But the whole point is that the real spirit of Indians has always been accepting a God conscious culture and preaching a God conscious culture, because when there's a God conscious culture, we will be successful in every aspect of life, whether it be personal life, whether it be our studies, it be our occupational life, it be our family life, social life, emotional life, any life. You will be definitely successful if you take to the process and the path for which India really stands for, the path of Krishna consciousness, spirituality, and message of Bhagavad Gita. So thank you all very much. So let us all strive our level best to actually promote the real independence. Yes, we all have understood what is real independence. So let's celebrate the Independence Day in the right spirit. I want each and every one of you to today chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra at least for 5 times before you sleep. Because the way the soul can get independence from this body is by the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all very much. Hari Bol, every one of you. So finally we hit century, but many batsmen got out. No problem. I'm surprised that 85 of you stayed back. So thank you. 85% is great success. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Shefali ji. It was really meaningful. Thank you so much. Yes. Jaldi कीजिए. पहले बता. You should have typed in chat. I'll make you co-host. Make it fast. Friends. एक मिनट रुकिए. आपके गोविंद सर आ रहे हैं. There's a something special he has. Yeah. Hriday, he will tell. Don't worry.
Okay, students, am I audible to you all? Is my voice audible? Okay, good. So I share screen with you. So on this very good occasion of Independence Day, so we are launching a contest for you all. This contest is game. I just share you one screen to brief you about what this is about. Please wait for a minute. I just share that screen. Are you able to see, all of you? Actually, we are launching a contest name game which is Gita for All Made Easy. So this is a contest where we are having a international accredited certified contest for you all, where you will be getting a certificate which is internationally accessible or well known everywhere. If you see below, we have conducted it contest before also all over India. And if you see, there is a girl, Mariam Siddiqui. She also got first prize once in India. So she got prize from Prime Minister of India. So same contest we conduct every year, and many people outside India also they participate. So actually, if you all participate, so we have kept price up to 15,000, and we are keeping tab and mobiles for our toppers, top 10 students. And we have kept a separate batches like 5th to 7th class one batch, 8th to 10th class one batch, 11th 12th class one batch, and BTech student one batch. And if you register for it, just by registration, you will get a free, like it is sponsored, you will receive a free Bhagavad Gita from all, free from our side. It is sponsored by all our alumni, so, and from ESCON also. So if you just participate for this contest, free Bhagavad Gita you all will be receiving. So we have kept a limited entries. Yes, game means Gita for All Made Easy. So game full form is Gita for All Made Easy. Actually, what we are doing, as soon as you register for game, you will be receiving a Bhagavad Gita, and you will be receiving a booklet, and all our contest things are given in that booklet, and all the questions and all everything is given in that booklet, and it will be open book test for you all. So we have this session or this contest on December, because that is a very auspicious month of Gita Jayanti. But if you register for it, actual fees for registration is 200, but especially on Independence Day, for this, especially for 15 days to 20 days, we are keeping it only 100 rupees. Just if you register for 100 rupees, that also is a sincerity amount. It's not that we want to make money, just for sincerity amount if we are taking. So keep you sincere and connected for this contest. So I just share with you a link. You just fill that form. You just fill that Google form. Fill that Google form. We will automatically contact you for details. I've sent you the link. I've just sent you the link. You all can fill this link, and once you fill this link, we'll contact you all. And there are many other goodies and gifts which you all will be getting. Like especially there is no loss. Everyone is having a gain only. It's only to enlighten you about the deep exploring roots of India, like Sanatana Dhampu told. So we are taking this initiative that all of you get knowledge of Gita and you get this understanding of Gita. So I have sent a Google form to you. So if you register for registration, other things will contact you. But if you register for within this 15 days, everything is for just 100 rupees. That too is inside amount. Otherwise, the total expense for a whole this event to keep this international or national, it goes far beyond. So we are keeping this meeting on so that you can fill this form. We are giving you time to fill this form. So kindly all of you fill this form so that we get to know that who are interested. Then we will contact you. Please submit your phone number and email ID for contact. Okay.
Anupamji, you can draft a mail and a WhatsApp message also for me. I can circulate across to all our contacts.
Yes.
That.
Yes. I will circulate to
my dear friends who are there. It's an amazing opportunity for all of you. It's not just the contest, but you will definitely have a deep learning experience. Yes. So there are some questions which I wanted to, they are asking. Can you answer them?
Yes.
Is it for employees, those who are working? Is it for them also? They're asking.
Actually, it is for 5th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 11th, 12th BTech students. If needed, we can keep for working people also separately. If we have good.
So it's also for employees. The answer is there. Please share with all students app number. Okay.
WhatsApp number, everything below is given. I will send also this poster. They will get in the Google form if they fill.
Okay. So please give me also this poster. I'll circulate to all my
Yes, yes.
contacts.
This number, you know my number. I type also 9795097372. As such, you fill this form, I will automatically contact you. By filling this form, everything you will get.
I'm studying BCom. Can I join? You said only
Yes, yes,
BTech.
yes.
The
Yes,
question is
BTech
asked.
matlab those students, BTech, BCom, BSc, MSc, and those doctorates, MBBS, all those can join. I am graduate. Okay, you send me details. You send me details. I'll contact you. I'll contact you. We'll contact you. You can fill this form. If we have good count, we will keep for like employees also.
No, employees also it is there. Jitendra ji, you can
Yes,
come.
yes.
No
You
problem.
can please join. You can join. We have different gradations for different. We can keep for employees also. I'll add. Yes.
You can change the name. It's Gita for all made easy.
Gita for
It's
all made easy.
So it's for all, everyone.
For all. So even everyone can join. Open for all. We'll keep gradations for students and working separately.
Okay. Should we close?
Just we wait for a minute. Students might be filling form.
Okay, fine. Also, the recording of this session will be put up on our YouTube channel, Bhakti Yoga Club Kharadi. Our Parshuram Pro will put it so that those of you who missed, your friends, etc., they can all view it. Okay. Those of you who have filled your form, please, you may carry on with your respective activities. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Yes, I'll again send the link. You can fill this link. We'll try to contact you individually in your colleges and other places also. So we'll try, and thank you very much.
Parshuram Pro, call me. Okay, you can't call. Call from Mama's phone.